coming up on the Paranormal Society.
Are you in some way connected to the amazing music of this town?
We may have caught an EVP, but I'm going to enhance it and repeat it, then let you decide.
From that way to that way. In my camera. I think I caught it with my eye in the camera.
What is it?
A shadow?
A black shadow, like a person walking. Well, it was fast.
Going back and reviewing the footage, we do see what looks like a shadow figure.
We are a small team of investigators that documents paranormal claims and specializes in historic places. Haunted claims have been documented since the beginning, and we are here to continue documenting spiritual activity that lingers our grounds.
The Faulkner House,
With its own history of unfortunate events, none the least being Mr. Faulkner drinking himself basically to death. Also, there's a rumor of a little girl that plummeted from the upper balcony to her death on the outside of the house. The experiences that people have had in the house range from shadows, lights, the basic stuff, but there's so many of them, we were compelled to go. So we took the drive, hour-and-a-half drive, because we were so excited. Such a historic place, beautiful in the photographs that we've seen. And Russ had actually been there before and investigated in a subtle way and come up with some pretty good EVPs. So we take the trip, we get there, we position the vehicle to start to unload, and the curator, who Russ had become friends with over the years, I think came to the realization that we were going to film and actually have our professional production set up here and air the episode on television and also the internet. And this is when he informed us that we were not going to be able to film or investigate inside the location. We were very disappointed. We'd probably already spent about an hour outside, running some B-roll footage and taking exterior photos, trying to see if we can potentially catch in review in the windows, which Kenny had been able to catch quite a bit during the day at the Myrtles. So we were informed that we were not going to be able to investigate it, and it kind of felt very reminiscent of our previous trip to Clarksdale, where we went to go investigate the governor's mansion, and we discovered that it wasn't going to be something we were going to be able to do. So we kind of felt like maybe there was a chance that we were, kind of following in the same footsteps of our first trip. But true to form, the Paranormal Society was not discouraged, and we decided we were going to do what we did. We were going to create an opportunity. We knew we already had the McWilliams building as a guarantee, and we decided we were going to find something better than what we lost.
Once again, the Paranormal Society was invited to return to Clarksdale, Mississippi, the home of the blues, Robert Johnson, and like many southern towns, lots of slave history and civil rights history. This time, to investigate the McWilliams building, which fans may remember, we investigated the Alcazar, and it was fairly active. We had quite a bit of fun, and we made some really great connections with Mr. Bill Luckett, and fortunately, a friend of his who's become a friend of ours now, Mr. Russell Davis.
All right, guys, here we are. We're back in Clarksdale. Initially, we were coming here. We had 2 investigations lined up, kind of like the first time we came a couple of years ago, and kind of to stay true to form, and something that didn't discourage us, although it should have, is the first investigation that we went to. We went there with everything, with the trailer, with all the equipment we actually have more equipment now than we've ever had. we got there and there was a miscommunication between our liaison, Russ, and the curator of the Faulkner House. And everything was fine. We did a lot of external photography and video, and hopefully we'll definitely be able to use that stuff. But what I'm getting at is, it turns out that we can't film inside this place. So instead of whining about it, instead of lamenting and complaining, we do what we do when we get kicked in the stomach. We, pull our bootstraps up and we say we're going to create another opportunity. So, of the 2 investigations that we had lined up, the other was the McWilliams building. And this is something that was offered to us by Bill Luckett, which I'll get into this later about his personal home that he's allowed us to stay in for the weekend. I don't even want to talk about it. But, so we're here. This is the investigation number 2. We've decided to move slots, and we're going to put this on our Friday night schedule. And so tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to spend the day doing what we've had a medium amount of success, or maybe even a large amount of success doing, and finding or creating a new opportunity. We're going to find something. We don't have anything else right now, nothing guaranteed. We're going to find something, and we're going to bring you guys an investigation just as though if we'd planned it. So we're about to go in this building. It's, if you want to pan up, it's pretty insane.
Isn't that the Alcazar?
Is it? Yeah. It looks completely different from this side.
Yeah, it does from this side, but it's same color.
It seems so little. Okay, well, cool. Okay, well, there's the Alcazar, which was very fun. We had a lot of interesting things happen. And something else that I was really counting on, and I think I can speak for my team here, is if you guys remember the Alcazar episode, we had someone tag along with us, DJ. And she had some experiences that I think she didn't expect, none of us did. And we talked to her again tonight, and we're doing kind of a replay. She's going to join us at around 10 o'clock, which right now it's 9, so within the hour, at this big, scary, nasty building. And so I think she's dealt with her fears in the previous investigation, and I think this time she's looking at it with a new perspective. So let's get in there and see what we come up with. All right, guys.
You got the key?
You hot? He said it's this one. That's another thing. We had to, and look, everybody is so sweet. Everybody's so great around here. We had to track down an older gentleman that works for Bill Luckett, Mr. Amos, and we were told that he's an animated, just amazing spiritual guy. He's a little bit older gentleman, 8 years away from 100. So I'm sure we could probably sit down and get stories from him that will blow our mind. Anyway, so he pulls out this big janitor's keychain, and sweetest guy, whatever, scrolls through all these 150 keys, holds this one out, and said, "Well, here's the key, and get it back to me in the morning." So I'm gonna give it a shot. Well,
that's it. Who's going in first?
I guess the guy standing, and I guess I'm going to do that.
Whatever. I can see. Go ahead.
All right.
Can you see?
No.
Flashlight.
All right.
There isn't any power.
Well, yeah, I know. Oh, God!
What the hell?
Light turned on!
Oh, crap. There's power. A sensor.
Hey, you want to lock that?
Yeah.
Alright, so the building does have freaking power. What the hell? Why would a place like this have any power?
That is crazy.
Oh, this is just creepy. Well, I'll turn my flashlight on. Whoa, just... This is good. I think this is worse than Alcazar.
What you mean?
I just think this is gonna...
Be spookier, maybe?
Yeah. I think something's different
It
here.
even looks spookier.
This is different. This is different than the Alcazar.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Watch your head, Kate.
I know.
Yeah. Alright. Hey, when we get upstairs, Melissa, remind me.
Dizzy.
Hey, remind me when we get upstairs to do our prayer.
Okay.
Because we haven't done it. Dude, this is crazy.
It's freaky.
We might as well just go straight. I don't even want to explore each floor.
I don't understand.
I mean, old funky buildings are always, you know, spooky, but
I feel a big breeze. Might be an open window.
I think some of the windows are broken.
What's wrong, man? You freaking out?
No, no.
What is it about this one? It's nothing like the Alcazar.
Let's get in there.
It's just spookier as hell.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, things are different here.
All right.
And I feel so.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna explore floors yet. Let's get up to the...
Oh my God, it's huge back there. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know what's missing on.
I can see though all the way to the back of the other wall.
You get battery dead? No. Well, come on, let's cover some ground. We still got
No.
we still like 5
Are you
floors.
sure? Dude, this is it.
Candy, let's go top floor. Dude.
All right, come on, we're going to the top floor. I guess we shouldn't have stopped off here. Peeked
Oh yeah, it's
around.
natural. If you want to. You guys know what floor we're on?
This is probably 4 or 5.
All right.
Got a workout.
Yeah.
All right, hey Russ, you okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm creeped the hell out up here.
Huh?
I'm just so creeped out up here.
You know what I call this, guys? You know what this is?
They're not the top floor.
This is ghost hunter cardio.
Yeah, really.
Ghost Hunter cardio.
Oh, no, I got shit about to get spooky.
Oh, God.
Oh, this sucks.
I'm dizzy.
You ready?
No.
You ready?
Oh,
That's not normal.
So that's the roof?
Oh, these stairs suck.
I don't know what that is up there.
Oh. Here we are, folks. No, I'm not going up there.
me either.
Only one person allowed in the library at a time.
Boy? That was you, wasn't you? The thump thump?
There.
The thump thump sound?
Look at the view.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Floor's so hard. Ooh, wait, it's big and open.
This isn't going to go very well for her. This is like a freaking condo up there.
Just be careful, y'all. It may have a hole in the floor.
I'm watching.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll do a little walk around. Not as cold upstairs as I thought it would be. For what?
It was a joke. How are you feeling up here, Kenny?
Well, since it's open, it doesn't feel that bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're probably going to have to work some other floors. But we'll do a little time.
This view is amazing.
You know what, dude? I got a buffalo that buffalo head able to do it.
I can't see it. You got to shine a light on it.
I know it's taking you want a half hour, right?
I don't know what it is.
There's some bird eggs in here. Well, this is situated.
The view's amazing.
Quarter.
In here?
What's an EVP?
In this big echo room?
Oh, look, I can see ground zero from here.
Oh, yeah.
That's ground zero right there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to whomever may be here among us that isn't living, or at least in the way that we know it, we understand that people have been having some experiences up here that they can't explain. Now, my name is Dylan. This gentleman here is Russ. The lady directly in front of me is Melissa. And this gentleman over here is Kenny. We've driven many, many miles to come here specifically to see if we can communicate with you guys. Now, is there anything you can do right now to interact with us? We have devices with us that are strictly designed to record your image or your voice, but nothing more. It can't harm you. So I'm going to ask you right now to make an effort to tell us your name. Can you manipulate something physically? Can you push something? Can you let us know that you're here by knocking on something? If I were to make a knock, could you complete this knock for me? Okay, now I'll acknowledge I didn't hear anything either time. Is there anything you can do? Are you pleased at the state of this building, the disrepair that it's in? Horn.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's quiet.
Don't forget our prayer.
We didn't do our prayer. All right, well, let's do that now. God, here we are again. We've asked you on several occasions, and we've been very thankful that you've acquiesced our request to look out for us, to protect us, well, every day, but even more so when we put ourselves in situations that maybe we don't fully understand, situations that I want to have faith that we can't be harmed, but I ask you to surround us with your protective light and know that our intentions are benign, they're innocent. We have no interest in conjuring up anything. We're just trying to learn a little bit more from a scientific perspective about what, what's going on after we die. Why are these entities not in heaven or hell? Why are they trapped here? So we'd ask you to protect us, and I thank you for everything you do. Amen. Now, that being said, to the entities, human or otherwise, there are some ground rules. The ground rules are that while we're here, you have permission to interact with us. You can speak to us, you can touch us, you can move things physically. You can basically do anything you'd like to do with the exception of anything that may harm us. It's forbidden, and the most important part of the rules, is that when we leave this building, you have to stay behind. When we cross that threshold back onto the street, we go, you stay behind. It's non-negotiable, and when we leave, we're never coming back. So if you have a message or anything you want to say, this is your only chance. No one else will care. Road noise, what are you going to do, If there's someone here, I know you've got something to say. Maybe you're scared, nervous. I get it. This is unusual. This has never happened before. Well, take a chance. Come on, show us what you've got. Everything that these people are holding is designed strictly to record your presence. We can't hurt you. You can't hurt us. So let's do this. Let's go. Do Do you want them to rebuild this place like it was before?
What was that?
It's my foot, sorry. Are you trapped here? Did you die here?
That's a vehicle.
Yeah. You know, I'm not, we've been here, 20 minutes.
You'd think like a building like this, open like this, you'd see, this is your biggest chance seeing like shadow figures running. You know, like you.
Absolutely, no, I agree completely.
Like if you've watched them.
I mean, look, everything's based on cross lighting, and it's a big building.
It's all open.
Maybe we go 4x4. I don't mind. I know this is the penthouse. I know this is the top. Well, I'm going to go hot on the thermal. All right. So here's another device that we have with us. It's a camera. But I think that it's a camera that operates in a way that no other camera has during your lifetime. It detects heat. So if you're here with us, and we can't see you with our eyes, which apparently right now we can't, and you were to walk in front of this device, it'll detect that you're a different temperature than the room. And two things would happen if you did that. The first thing would be, it would really help us in our studies to try and understand what's going on after we die. And the second thing is, I would take a small crap in my pants, because that's amazing. So if you'd like either one of those things to happen, come walk in front of me. You get any interference from this?
Me, no.
Cool. I mean, this is just as crisp and clear as can be. Come on out. Come talk to us.
Oh, well, I'm wondering who Mr. McWilliams was.
You know one thing I know he wasn't?
What's that?
Poor.
Did he build this? Was it named after?
Doesn't either way. Are you in some way connected to the amazing music of this town?
We may have caught an EVP, but I'm going to enhance it and repeat it, then let you decide.
I'm catching your thermal reflection in the window behind you, Russ. That is ridiculous looking.
This is a REM pod,
A REM pod.
and it detects energy. And if it's enough energy, it'll set off an alarm and those lights.
All right.
Cool.
Russ brought a REM pod.
Who's the lucky boy?
And it's different colors.
Well, that's got to be legit. All right, so here's the deal. All right, look. There's been a conflict, a professional, jovial conflict, but a conflict nonetheless between Kenny and I, and now it looks like Kenny's got an ally. I'm an old school guy. If I can't see it with my eyes, catch it with a camera, or record it with a voice recorder, then I think there are too many variables, too many things. Now, I know 99% of the modern day ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, use the new equipment. I get it. You got to change with the times. I know. I'm not using a big Motorola brick phone. I'm using an iPhone. I get it. I advance with certain technology, but I don't want to have to depend on some of this stuff as evidence. Does it make their philosophies on it wrong? No. Does it make mine right or wrong? No. But what we're going to do is Kenny's going to run with his new stuff, and that's going to be a portion of the investigation. And I'm just going to, I'm going to be old school. Look, old school, ladies and gentlemen, and otherwise labeled entities. As I said, we have devices here that are specifically designed and developed to determine whether or not we're amongst people that have passed on, which would be you. There is a device with an antenna, I think, on it up there. Looks like a Planter's can of peanuts. If you approach that device, it will give us an audible signal. We'll be able to hear it, and some lights on top of it are going to light up. So that's a very clear, distinct way for you to prove that they're right and I'm wrong, because I think it's a bunch of hocus pocus. But here we are. It's being completely silent. Go over to that thing, please, and make an ass out of me.
It's actually really cold now.
Well, yeah, what goes hot eventually turns cold. All right, so my
Did I just see something black running from that way to that way?
I mean,
In my camera.
no.
I think I caught it with my eye in the camera.
What is it?
A shadow?
A black shadow, like a person walking. Well, it was fast.
Going back and reviewing the footage, we do see what looks like a shadow figure, but it's very hard to see. We're going to zoom in and put it in slow motion. Watch closely.
All right, so there's someone up here with us. I keep asking that question. I'm not being rude.
Just go to him for the audio. Is that somebody in there? No. Never mind. It looked like somebody, but it's not.
The investigation seemed to be successful. They did capture a shadow person and a possible EVP. Is the McWilliams building haunted? We'll let you decide. Stay tuned for the next episode.